Hello guys. So after you've patched the light, remember from our last video, what's the next thing to do? Now you want to be able to operate the light, do whatever you want to do, with the light. Remember, when you're done patching the light, always press the exit and clear button so that you can get out of the programmer. So afterwards, what's the next thing to do? Now I want to open up the visualizer here. So this is the visualizer. It helps us to see the for now, where you don't have a physical light to work with, we're just working with the console. It helps you see what you're doing. So now we want to be able to operate with this light. First of all, you click on the light itself, and then you see that it highlighted it on the visualizer. You can see the light here. Then you come to this red button that says locate. Press the locate button. You see the light came on. Can you see that? So I said, after you are done patching the light, you click on the light. This is a group. You can also select them one by one. Let's exit and clear. So exit and clear helps you remove whatever thing that you've done. You go back to default setting. So you can click on one. You see, when you locate it, it's just one. If you can see on the screen, it's just one that came up, as you can see. So but this particular one, all Sharpie, helps you turn on everything at the same time. Then when you come to this button, let's say you want to take it up. Here is the position. When you click on the position, you see the blue light of this position comes on, and then on the screen here you have pan and you have tilt. You can see that there are 3 columns. Each of these 3 columns represents these 3 knobs. Do you understand? Each of these 3 columns represents these 3 knobs. So you're able to use these 3 knobs to control anything that is on the three columns. So that means we have only column 1 and column 2, right? So it means it is between this one and this one that you're going to use. So the pan is sideways movement, then the tilt is upward movement. See, so I'm doing an upward. You can see that the light is moving upwards. Then if you do pan, it moves sideways. See, as you can see on the screen. Have you seen it? Tilt, see, it has gone up. Tilt down to go down. Tilt up to go up. So you have the intensity. Intensity is where you can have your strobe. You want the light to strobe. Different kinds of strobe patterns are here depending on the light. Now this one will also depend on the type of light you're working with. Different lights has different options when it comes to displays. This intensity, of course, remember you're controlling with this 1 and 2 wheel because it's only this first and second wheel that are active. So intensity, you can use it. See, you can use it to reduce the brightness of the light, as you can see. While you're watching that point, that column where dimmer is written, also take notice of the capture visualizer. Now it's up to 100. So if you turn the knob to the left hand side, you're going down. See, so that is what we have. Then the next column is the color. You can use it to change the colors here. Do you understand? See, let me do something. Just hold up. Just want to separate the lights. Don't worry, we'll come to this one later. Just want to bring it to a point where you can actually use it. So, but I wanted to bring it to a point where you can view it properly. Do you understand? So you are able to see how, you know, the very first steps to take after you've patched the light, and then some of the things, some of the changes you can actually, you know, carry out whilst you want to work with the light. So whilst you're going through these buttons, you know, as you can see, you have the intensity, the position, and the color. We've been able to cover these three. Maybe in our next video we'll look into the gobo, the beam, the effect, and the specials to know. Mind you, different lights, different kinds of light also has different types of attributes that it might carry. Some may not have the position because you're working with lights that don't do movement, so there may not be anything that you find in the position, you know, attributes. The color, some lights that don't really have colors, like your stage light, like maybe the stage wash, the COBs, the Fresnels, they don't really have color, so you might not really see anything at the color. Gobos, some light don't have gobos, so you may not find anything at the gobo. Then the beam also, some light do not have beam angles, they're just pointing straight, so you may not see anything. As well as the effect. So different light, I want you to note that different light has different attributes, and so don't be surprised when you click on any of these things. Based off of what you're looking for, you don't find anything on them. That means that particular light does not have such attribute coded in it, and it's nothing to worry about. Okay, so but all the lights definitely will have intensity. Every light will have intensity, that one is for sure. Even if it is a dimmer that you're patching, there will always be an intensity. That is the major attribute, because the light will have to be turned on, you know, in the first place. So I want you to go through this video and then probably go through them from the very first introduction, the patching, the working with some attributes and all of that. If there's any question, I'd like you to direct it to me. But whilst you're practicing, you have the videos to yourself. You can even download them, then keep watching them. So it will help you have a better understanding, revisit some things in case you're confused, and with that you actually do better. So in our next video, we're going to cover some of these other parts of the console, you know, and then afterwards I'm going to show you how to make the lights move on their own. For the moving lights, make them change colors on their own, you know, and you just have to save them on the fader here. So just I'll see you in the next class. Thank you.